Max was a teenager bursting with energy and ideas, but living with ADHD meant that he often found it hard to focus, and sometimes people misunderstood his boundless enthusiasm for disruptive behavior. School was a challenge. Sitting still for long lectures seemed nearly impossible, and his mind would often wander to daydreams and creative thoughts. One day, Max's teacher, Mrs. Turner, noticed his struggle. Unlike others, she saw potential in his quick mind and restless curiosity. She invited Max to stay after class and handed him a small, colorful journal. "I noticed you have a lot of thoughts, Max," she said kindly. "Why don't you write them down in here whenever you feel like you need to express something?" Max was skeptical, but gave it a try. He started jotting down his thoughts, sketches, and ideas whenever his mind raced. The journal became a safe space for his whirlwind of creativity. As weeks went by, Max realized that he wasn't just doodling or scribbling random ideas. He was storytelling. With Mrs. Turner's encouragement, Max began turning his journal entries into short stories. Each character he created seemed to leap out of the page with their own vivid personality, each plot twist more thrilling than the last. Writing became Max's sanctuary and outlet, a place where he could harness his boundless energy in a constructive way. Word of Max's talent soon spread, and his school principal invited him to read one of his stories at the next assembly. Nervous but excited, Max stood on the stage in front of the whole school, clutching his journal. As he read, the auditorium fell silent, and every eye was on him. When he finished, the applause was thunderous. From that day on, Max's perspective on his ADHD shifted. Instead of seeing it as a hurdle, he recognized it as a unique part of who he was, one that fueled his creativity and drive. With support from teachers and family who believed in him, Max continued to write, finding joy and fulfillment in his stories. Years later, Max became a successful author, using his experiences to inspire others with ADHD. He often spoke at schools, telling kids about his journey and encouraging them to see their differences, not as obstacles, but as strengths that could lead them to achieve extraordinary things. And every time he spoke, he remembered the spark that began with a simple journal and a teacher who believed in him.